Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the Flash films. So while there appears to be a decent amount of spoilers that are being contained, not leaked, but contained when it comes to the Flash, either when it comes to cameos and the ending of the film and other things like that, one other thing that hasn't been teased at all or even really speculated on too much is the villain that most people would expect to show up in a movie based off the Flashpoint story from the comics. And I'm not talking about Barry himself after, causing all of it, but Reverse Flash himself or Eobard Thawne. Now, really, if you are breaking it down when it comes to reports from set, potential leaks and just what has been teased by people involved with the Flash film, like the producers and director, maybe even the stars, whether it was at events like, DC Fandom and things like that, Reverse Flash has not really been teased at all outside of just the strange circumstances and mysterious circumstances around Barry's mother's death. So that is the big question, or maybe questions. Firstly, is Reverse Flash even going to be in the movie? And if not, the second question comes up to be, will there be any sort of tease or hint of the character, or is he being kept out of it completely? Now, the main reason that this is coming up, at least at this point and not closer to the film, is because of something that Andy Muschietti, the director of the Flash film, posted on Instagram, which is this picture that you can see right now. Now, he captioned this picture, Flash Doodle, which might seem sus in other circumstances or other context, but it makes sense with this picture. Now, when you see this picture, the first thing you would think of is, of course, Reverse Flash. It looks like Reverse Flash, the color scheme for the most part. I mean, it literally looks like the Flash's colors on his suit, but swapped around, the reverse. So is this confirmation? Well, no, not at all. The big thing is the lightning bolt. It's the direction that the Flash has his lightning bolt. If it was Reverse Flash, it would be, like I said just then, the reverse. And you might be like, well, why the hell would it look like that if it's meant to be the Flash? It's got the color scheme the completely opposite way around. And I think that's the case just because it's meant to be a simple doodle. It's colored in with an orange highlighter as well. It's not even yellow. It looks yellow, but it's an orange highlighter. So I definitely wouldn't take this as any sort of major confirmation of Reverse Flash, though it does look quite a lot like him. But this does come back to our question that we were asking earlier. Despite any hints or any major teasers, is, Eobard Thawne or Reverse Flash in this film? And the easy answer to that is, who knows? Who knows with a big fat question mark. I mean, we know that there was the screening at CinemaCon a couple of weeks ago now, which seems like it wasn't that far, that long ago. But yeah, a couple of weeks ago, as well as some other previous screenings elsewhere in the world. And things came out that said Reverse Flash was not in the film. Not, N-O-T. However, it was heavily disclaimed and put out there that the film that was being shown at these events was not the final version, both when it comes to the VFX side of things, because the VFX just wasn't done on the versions that were being showed, but also specific spoilers and reveals were not included so that they were kept a secret until the film officially comes out in the middle of June. Now, of course, a lot of surprises and cool things were still kept in the movie, which people did talk about, but it's just one of those things. Is Reverse Flash one of those biggest secrets that is still being kept? Or was there just not a secret to keep there at all because Reverse Flash isn't there at all? Now, I think if Reverse Flash is going to be in the movie in any way, shape or form, or even hinted at visually in some way, it would be at the end of the movie, not even towards the end, the back half. I mean, right at the end, the last 10 minutes or something like that. Whenever Barry reverses Flashpoint. And I don't think that's a spoiler saying Barry reverses Flashpoint. I haven't seen the movie, obviously, but I think it's pretty clear that will be what happens. At least you have to think so. Maybe it's not, but you have to think that's going to be the case. So if that is at the end and wouldn't really impact the rest of the story in the film from playing out, it would make sense that, you wouldn't put Reverse Flash and have it removed and keep that as a surprise for the official release from those earlier screenings. So they're not spoiled by the people that get to see the movie early. They don't go, oh yeah, Reverse Flash shows up. This is the person that's playing, or this is how he shows up. If it doesn't affect, the rest of the story that happens before, there's no need to put him there. So it makes sense you'd keep that out. But in regards to what could be at the end of the film involving or even hinting at Reverse Flash, I would simply just say something really minor, visually, that might not even to the general audience say that's, Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash pops up on the screen in letters or says, I'm the Reverse Flash, and then runs off. Nothing like that. But just some red lightning or a sign of another speedster, maybe even a voice, something ominous like that, where fans go, oh my God, that's Eobard, that's Reverse Flash. I would be shocked if we actually had a proper Reverse Flash appearance in this film with a suit and everything like that. I mean, I would love it. Obviously, I'd love to see it. but I just don't think a proper physical appearance is on the cards. I just don't see that happening, but some hint at him could potentially be there. I mean, it would just be weird having this story play out on screen, which is purely motivated by Reverse Flash's actions, and it plays zero part. It'd be really weird if Reverse Flash plays zero part in a storyline based around the death of Nora Allen. Like, I don't even know how that opening sequence is going to play. I guess that Barry just gets home and his mother's like that, and there's no like hint at a speedster being there. Maybe just similar to the comics, like is it like a broken window or something along those lines? So we'll wait and see what happens there in regards to that, but it might be one of the big secrets that's being kept. But it'd be, as I said, just a bit goddamn weird if there's no suggestion or hint at Eobard in any sort of way. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But to finish off the video, some other minor Flash movie news that might, interest some of you did come out, or at least I'm just going to pass on some of this information you might not have heard yet. But the budget for the film, production-wise at the very least, apparently sort of came out for the most part. So this is without advertising, and it's estimated to be around $220 million. Now, this is coming from the production designer of the film, Paul Austerberry. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Now, this is around what most were predicting and had been reported. Now, some were saying it might have been pushed up to around $250 million, but there wasn't a ridiculous amount of reshoots for this movie. Most of them just seemed to be pickup shoots after the principal production when they were back in Hollywood, which the studio roughly plans for anyway. So it might have been around 200, and then those pickups would maybe add an extra 10 or $20 million. So yeah, someone was saying it might have been pushed up about 250, but 220 sounds about right. But regardless of whether it's 220 or 250, it's still a bit of a pricey movie. But as I've said, I see this being one of the bigger movies, if not just the big movies of the year. It might not be the biggest. I mean, it would have to pass over $1 billion at least to get close, saying that the Super Mario movie already went past that. So at the moment, that's the biggest movie of the year. Who knows if Guardians of the Galaxy gets close to that? If not, I think The Flash is the next big movie up that could potentially take over Super Mario. But unless there is a ridiculous advertising cost, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of money put into advertising this movie and promotion-wise and trying to get people to see it, but I don't know if it'd be that ridiculously high. I mean, this movie should still be profitable, especially seeing the positive responses so far with the film. So yeah, and so many people go off Rotten Tomatoes nowadays, so as long as it gets something decent there, then I'm sure that this will make a decent amount of money. Now, I think it was in the same interview with the production designer, Paul Austerberry, that he gave, where he gave that estimation on the budget of the film. He was also talking about Ezra Miller and, I guess just the whole shooting environment and how the shooting went. I don't know how you would call it. The shooting period went for the film. And this is what Paul had to say. Ezra Miller only had 3 days off the total shoot, working 6 days a week and spending Saturdays in stunt rehearsals, so a lot of pressure. Now, when this came out, I was like, what? That's insane. Now, we know that Ezra would have done some pretty heavy lifting when it came to this film, because Ezra was playing obviously the main Barry, which is obviously the main character in the film, but was also playing the young Barry, and they did have obviously a fill-in person there on set. So when Ezra was playing the main Barry, there was someone there that was playing the young Barry and vice versa. So there was probably scenes, and actually a decent amount of scenes, where Ezra had to film the same scene twice, which would have just been insane and obviously would take up a lot of time. And it makes you wonder, I know you can do camera angles and stuff where you maybe don't have to film everything twice, but even maybe to be safe, they had to do it just so they don't go to edit the film. It's oh God, now we have to reshoot all this stuff because we need different angles, because you can tell this isn't Ezra that's playing the young Barry. You can see the fill-in actor's face and everything like that. So when this came out, I was very surprised to read it. I thought they would have just adjusted the shooting schedule where Ezra wasn't overworked. So obviously this isn't going to tie into maybe anything that Ezra might have done. It's not going to the shooting schedule would have done it, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to go about things. You thought they would have been able to sort that out, or if they knew it was going to be a difficult shoot, maybe not use a young Barry. Maybe they should have used another actor maybe in that role, and maybe it's an alternate Barry from another Earth or something like that, because it seems like we're doing multiverse anyway. I know we're going to call it the Flashpoint timeline, but really it's just another Earth for the most part. So maybe they could have gone about things that way, but yeah, I was sort of surprised they not only did this, but also just came out and said this as well. This is something that you could see Hollywood people especially try and keep under wraps. So yeah, I was surprised this came out. But the thing is, I think in this same interview, this Paul Austerberry also said that Ezra does a really, really good job, which I'm telling from the trailers. I know there's a lot of people that want to slam on Ezra and everything like that. And I'm a big person of just judging. I just want to judge the film and everything like that. So if Ezra does a good job in the movie, then that's all I really care about at this point in time, at the very least. And we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, Paul backed it up and said that it's a damn good movie. Now, obviously, Paul worked on it, so there's going to be a bit of bias there. But yeah, but I think he also talked about the Batcave and everything like that. And like they built the entire Batcave, which it looks like, it doesn't look fake for the most part. It looks like it's actual physical environment, maybe with some blue screens here and there. But yeah, I'm very excited to go into this movie and experience it because it looks like they tried to make a movie, not like make like a full-on green screen, CGI fest. It looks like they tried to do as many location things as they could. So yeah, I'm excited to jump into it whenever that happened. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this. What are your thoughts? Reverse Flash, do you think he's going to be there? Do you think it's going to be a slight hint? Do you think maybe there's a full-on Reverse Flash physical appearance there? You might be extremely positive and really think that's going to happen. So let me know your thoughts down there. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.